Hello and welcome to As the World Burns. And might I say, Sophie Turner is probably pissed right now because we just got out of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Wow. I uh, I, I mean, where does this sit for you on the list of Spider-Man movies and Marvel movies and all that?
This is up there, man. Like I think Spider-Man 1 and 2, like the originals, are like the best. I think they're equal. This movie's now on their level. There's three movies that are at that level, and this is one of them.
I think yeah, this is my favorite Spider-Man movie now. I think Far From Home is still is my number two, but I thought this movie was amazing. It hit all the bars. Let me ask you, because you were really apprehensive about this throughout the movie. Do you think it redeemed Jean Grey a little bit towards
Not
the
at all.
end? You don't think so?
No, because she saved Spider-Man.
I felt like
Is that like she saved him?
she kind of had like a turn of character at the end, and yeah, saving him too was also kind
She
of
did.
helped.
That's not a redemption though. Like that doesn't take back what she did for the first half of the movie.
I know
The
she
first
was
2/3 of the
pretty
movie.
terrible for the first 2/3 of the movie. She was a
She just
horrible,
she was probably the most dangerous person he's ever had to deal with.
and that says a lot because he's had to deal
Yeah,
with some dangerous individuals.
yeah. She could just walk anybody off a building into a car, like literally, and she was, and she didn't give a shit. Like she's a psychopath.
Yeah, that was. Oh, by the way, spoilers for anybody that cares. This is a spoiler review, so this is gonna be spoilers throughout the whole thing.
A little
But
late for that.
yeah, we're gonna put that in the title so people come in here, they'll know. But yeah, wow. I don't know. There was a lot of things that were definitely questionable. That her decision making, unleashing the Hulk was definitely a bad idea. By the way, the Hulk in
I
it
think that was
was
her best
amazing.
idea.
Well, yeah, you said she should have started with that. That should have been
If she's
that should have
evil,
been
because I'm
plan
taking,
A.
if she's willing to let people die, she should have done this immediately.
How about all right? So that was great. How about when Punisher and we're gonna jump around in this review. But how about when Punisher and Spider Man are fighting the Hulk and they're just bickering back and forth and he's shooting the Hulk and he's just like, oh, what are you doing? That's just going to piss him off. That was
Yeah,
hilarious. That was amazing.
yeah.
And when she controls Frank and then she's just like, whoa, this guy has issues.
Well, the line that I liked about shooting Hulk is when he was like, "Hold on, I forgot if he was like, I need to get my bigger gun or something." And he was like, "Yeah, Frank, let's tickle him to death or something
Yeah.
like that." I
No,
forgot. I
I think
think
that's
that's what
what
he
it
said.
was. I think that's what he says. Yeah, Franklin's
That was
tickle him
good
to
shit.
death.
That was real
That
good
was
shit.
amazing. That was so good. Oh man, the Punisher in it throughout the whole movie was just like pure gold. Everything
I
about it
want,
was just
man,
amazing.
I want to see the Defenders on this level. Like, I want this kind of money
You know
behind
how
a Defenders project featuring Spider. I want all these street level New York City guys to like get together to do something, even if
they
it's
made
just
a
fucking barbecue.
Mandalorian and Grogu movie? They should make a fucking Defenders movie and have
Yeah,
Spider-Man in it, and then
they
throw
should
that
they
in
should just call it
theaters and shit.
Defenders of New York.
Yeah,
That's what it
that
should
would
be
be
called.
so perfect. And have him take on the
And,
Hand.
yeah, and then you have like not Doctor Strange. I think it'd be really cool if Wong shows up, does some cool stuff, just does some
Yep.
magic when they're in a pinch.
Yeah, that'd be
You
cool.
know, he's a
He's not
sorcerer
opposed
supreme.
to showing up in like TV shows and like lower like
I
budget
feel like
stuff
he
too.
hasn't showed up in a while.
But he did show up in She-Hulk. Remember that
That's been
random
a while, dude.
Madison with the Y, but not where you think it is.
Dude, it's been a long time since that came out.
Yeah,
I think we're due for some Wong,
I think we are due for some Wong.
but we're due for a Hollywood action Defenders film,
Yeah, that would
please,
be amazing. Yeah, and Midnight
featuring
Suns too.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree. All right. What else was great about this movie? The first half I thought was some of the slower bits were really slow, but I thought it was still amazing. Like every part was still amazing. Even some of the
Yeah.
slower parts. Like how about the montage where he takes on all the villains? Like all those were classic comic books. I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
them up on
that was
screen.
beautiful.
Like
Just beautiful.
it was literally we had you have Tombstone just dangling Spider-Man out like over like you know just looking defeated, and then he just
Yeah.
cracks a joke and then just like completely
They
apprehends him.
they finally nailed it, man. They finally nailed how he should sound when fighting all these people.
Yes, just like joking
And
around.
I will say, like, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire also had their moments.
I
But I
think
think
even
just
more
consistently
so
through this
Garfield too.
movie, that's what I just said.
No, I'm saying like even more so than Maguire. You know what I mean? Like I think Garfield
You think
was
so?
even more zingier and yeah, like had
You
like
think
more
so?
jokes. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe you're right.
I don't
But
know.
I think
We'd
this
have to
I
watch it
think
again.
I think Tom Holland in this film, it was way more consistent and it
Yep,
felt better. It felt realer. It felt like this guy's really fucking Spider-Man. And
it
his
did.
mask off moments, like where literally he has a mask off, his acting is just better.
It is.
Every time I see Peter Parker's face, it's actually captivating. I'm like, oh shit, like these expressions that are hidden behind the mask, they're
And even when he
they're
wears the
real.
mask too, like his you feel like his expression so much even behind the mask.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's nice. It reminds me obviously of Deadpool.
Yes.
I think they just nailed it, and I can't wait for him to meet Deadpool. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I think they're gonna hit it off a little bit, but then like it'll very quickly get into Spider-Man being like annoyed and overwhelmed,
Yeah.
but then also into Spider-Man's keeping up with Deadpool and it starts to annoy Deadpool a little bit, but they both laugh it off at the end, you know?
Yeah. I think I think they're gonna meet in Secret Wars. I don't think they're gonna meet in Doomsday. I don't think Tom Holland is gonna be in Doomsday, from what I can tell.
I would love if the second that they meet each other, Deadpool thinks it's just a variant of him and he just unloads clips into him or like at him, and Spider-Man's just like dodging all these bullets, being like, "Can you just hold on a second? Let's talk this out." And because they're both like quippy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And then Deadpool's just like, yeah, sure. Let my bullets do the talking or some shit like that.
Yeah,
All right. What else was good about the movie? First half, again, we had that montage. We had Boomerang. We had Tarantula. You had all the characters not knowing who Peter was for pretty much all of the movie, except for Frank Castle. I like the relationship he has with MJ, and I like how they don't resolve it. We were kind of talking about that a little bit too.
yeah.
Like,
He needs a new, thing.
yeah, he needs to like it. Definitely, I was telling you, it reminded me a lot of like Chris Pratt and uh,
Yes,
Zoe Saldana in
yes.
the Guardians 3 movie because it's true.
It's the same scenario.
Yeah, he doesn't. He remembers everything, but she remembers nothing. She's a completely different person to who she was
Yeah,
previously. So
yeah,
it would only make sense that he would have to like move on because essentially the person that he knew is dead. You know. So,
yeah.
but it is cool. We got that
I
stinger at
think
the
I
end.
think MJ is going to get her memories of him back, especially now that Ned has his memories back.
Yeah, I
Spoilers there.
yeah. Uh, so that's what your interpretation of that was. I know some people online were saying that they didn't necessarily think that it was him getting his memories back, but I agree with your interpretation. I think it was him getting the memories back. I think he
That's because, like,
remembered.
how do you end
He,
on that moment and it doesn't mean
yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. Like and he had magic too. Like you know what I mean? Like it was talked about in the third movie that he
That
might
is
have been a little
true.
magical. You know what I mean? And he
So
did.
I had that
He.
scene spoiled for me, and that was my first thought. He's magically gifted, so it makes sense. But also, when I thought about that, right,
Mhm.
he knows magic, and what he was doing with magic was using the sling ring thing to like use it, make a hand sign to open up a portal.
To Peter.
Yes, but also their handshake are a bunch of hand signs that could be
Yes.
like an unknowing like
Like a
magical
magic.
like it's like love magic. It's like they love each other.
It's like
They're
love
brothers.
magic. I love
Seriously.
that. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And they did this super complex like hand rune sequence that just means that they're brothers,
Yeah.
and
Or
it broke through.
it could have even been like the hand sequence is part of like a magic spell and it helped reverse the thing by some like
They created it as kids though, so I doubt that.
I
But I
know.
mean, like it is accidentally. Like
Yeah. It's funny either way. It's a good moment.
it's great.
Yeah. I hope like you're saying though, not like you're saying now, but like we've talked about this that she doesn't get her memories back, Zendaya. That Zendaya continues to be like let's just call her Zendaya. That she continues to be like just like a helper of Spider-Man instead of like a love interest. Like we
Yeah,
want like Felicia Hardy.
honestly, no, I don't want her. I mean, I want her to go back to being an actress. I
Yeah, we
think that'd
want.
be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. We
And it'd be
want
cool if
Felicia
she like
Hardy to
kind of
come
became
in.
famous, you know? Because then that'd be interesting for Zendaya. She's like playing a version of herself.
It would be really cool if like
Is it
Kristen
Zendaya or
Dunst,
Zendaya?
Zendaya, I think.
I think
Um,
it's Zendaya too.
it would be really cool if like Kristen Dunst in the Tobey Maguire films, if Zendaya ends up becoming a an actress, a
Yeah.
famous actress. That way, it follows the Tobey Maguire film similarly as well.
Well, it doesn't because she does not become a famous actress in that. She's
Um,
just
yeah, she becomes
she's kind of a
better though.
failure, right?
Well, yeah, that is true. She is a failure in that. So Zendaya will be a lot better than her then in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want Felicia Hardy to come into the situation because I've always liked Black
Yes.
Cat. That would be like a boyhood
I
dream if
I know
Black Cat
you
came in.
disagree, but I want a new Gwen Stacy too.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I actually, in thinking about it too, I really want a Felicia Hardy, but at the same time, I could see Gwen Stacy being like a love interest that makes him conflicted about wanting to be with someone like a Felicia Hardy, because that's what you need.
Felicia Hardy is going to be like the will they won't they type
Yeah,
of like side character. Helps him
exactly.
out, doesn't help him out, annoys him,
She
but
hates
like
Peter Parker but loves
they,
Spider Man.
they flirt with each other, right?
Yeah,
On the field. But
exactly.
like I think you bring back Gwen Stacy, that's his actual new girlfriend as Peter Parker. But I think that she should dump him around the time that he's dealing with Felicia Hardy. Like she dumps him because she like thinks that he's going around behind her back. But the going around behind her back is like him going around as Spider
Superhero.
Man hanging out with Black Cat.
Either way, it's not a good idea. But yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I get what you mean. Not a good idea for him. I think Cindy Moon was introduced in this movie.
Yeah, they could do that for sure.
That might be a possible love interest for Peter too.
It's true.
But Gwen Stacy, I think, would be a great one. That would
Yeah.
also harken back to like Spider-Man, like talking to like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and him being like, "I had a girlfriend, Gwen. She was my MJ." You know what I mean? And then he would realize,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, I'm dating, the potential love of my life because that's what this other dude's was." All right, what else happened in this movie? Let's go through a few more things.
Him being with Gwen Stacy and then essentially getting dumped by Gwen Stacy for pretty much cheating with Black Cat would be the start of his darker arc. Like we can finally go into some dark Peter Parker Spider-Man storylines.
To be honest with you, I think the next so if Secret Wars is the next movie after this, which is I think what they're leading to in that post credit scene that we just saw,
Yeah.
where it showed like a blinker in outer space, like because throughout the movie there's a Spidey tracker that Ned created when he wasn't even friends with Spider-Man. He just loves Spider-Man. He's got a whole board set up, everything. He's just obsessed. He loves him. He's looking everywhere for Spider-Man. All of a sudden, the spider tracker, it doesn't show like pretty much Spider-Man anywhere, but then it just pops up randomly in outer space. So what I think that is I think that's going to be like leading into Secret Wars. I think he's going to be dealing with all that shit. And I think
Like
what that
where is
also,
Secret Wars? Is that in space or is that in like another dimension?
I think it's going to be the Void, so it's probably going to be in another dimension. But
But
he
like
could
why would they
also
show
be
that in space? Like where's that
so
there's no location
so
for that
it could be the
in outer
raft.
space.
He could be on the raft, let me explain. In 2015 Secret Wars, there was a group of people after the universe gets reset on this thing that Reed Richards designed called the raft, which was like
Yeah.
this. It was supposed to like refresh the whole universe, and they were supposed to survive. That could be where Spider-Man is on the raft. They could be coming from like a dying dimension or something like that, or something. But what I think is going to happen is I think because in the '80s Secret Wars, the first one that ever happened, because there was like two or three, that's where Spider-Man actually gets his black suit from, the Venom suit.
Yeah.
So he's like out on the battlefield and his suit gets damaged and he needs like a new one. So he goes and like he finds like the symbiote, or he like creates it in a lab or some shit. And then all of a sudden it can do all these crazy cool things. I think that's gonna be what happens in like the Secret Wars movie. He's gonna get the symbiote suit, and I think the next movie, like you're saying, is gonna be like his bad boy arc where he like is wearing the symbiote suit.
Yeah, they
And
got to like honor the Tobey Maguire bad boy art.
exactly. They're gonna do it like that, and that would also be cool if he dates Gwen Stacy again too, because he did
Yeah,
that
you got date
in
Gwen
Tobey
Stacy,
Maguire.
cheat on Gwen Stacy,
You got to date Gwen Stacy, you got to cheat on Gwen Stacy, all in that order.
endanger your life more.
Endanger your life more. He finally gets what do you call it? Organic web shooters, and then doesn't even use them because he's got the Venom suit to use.
Were his webs always from the Venom suit?
No, well, in the comics, that's what happens. The Venom suit is able to supplement the web.
That's cool. So like he
Yeah,
doesn't have organic webs like that. Do you think they're gonna
exactly.
come back to his? Because I thought they were gonna do more with his mutations than
I
just
think
like his
so.
eyes. I thought they were gonna go man spider route.
Maybe
I'm
they
glad
could
they
still
didn't.
do that. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't too, but they could still do that.
I wouldn't mind it if they just did it in a different movie or a different moment.
They could even do it in
It'd be
Secret
funny.
Wars.
You know, what'd be funny is like you know how Fantastic Four became the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, from like the cosmic rays.
I think a great moment for Spider-Man to join the Fantastic Four is that they're out in space together, and Spider-Man accidentally gets hit with some cosmic rays, and it alters him even more, and that's what turns him into like a man spider type of Spider-Man
Hmm.
for a bit. And the Fantastic Four actually, like Reed Richards, helps him get back to normal,
Yeah, that would be
and like
cool.
from then on, he's an honorary member.
I think the man spider thing would probably be around the symbiote arc too, because in the comics it was around his maximum carnage arc. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. Somebody can correct me in the comments about that.
Oh.
But yeah, great movie. What else happened? Let's
I,
keep.
I want to say this is a great movie. The weakest part of the movie is Jean Grey,
Yeah, that
but
seems
she's
to be the
great. But at the same time,
consensus.
she's great as Jean Grey. She's a great actress.
Yeah, it's
It was a
not Sadie
great
Sink's
great
problem
portrayal of the character. Yeah,
or
they
fault.
shouldn't have had her trying to murder so many people.
Yeah,
I will say, but at the same time, now that they did, they need to own up to that. They
yeah,
need
they
to show. They need to show Jean Grey being like, I've hurt so many people.
yeah they need to dial her back.
I'm a weapon. They
Yeah,
need to like make her really regretful, feel really fucking bad, and that like kind of probably damages her psyche too. And that's what makes like the dichotomy between Jean Grey and the Phoenix so strong, because the Phoenix would just like burn everything down, which is like where she was pushing toward during her fucking
her finale.
actions.
Yeah, her.
The finale,
Yeah,
the whole fucking movie,
yeah.
walking innocent people off of buildings and into traffic and just into harm's way in every way possible,
Yeah, that was crazy.
just to
Especially like
fuck with
MJ.
Spider.
Like what she did with MJ was nuts.
That was like sexual assault.
That was sexual assault. That was a lot of things. That was
That was
almost
like really fucked up.
that was borderline murder.
Yeah. So next time we see this Jean Grey, she needs to be like really not in a good place dealing with what she's done.
I think Professor X, if they choose like the right actor, would be
That is the
perfect for
right
that.
thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
When she meets Professor X, that's her route into being a hero.
yeah, makes total
Uh,
sense.
yeah. She was going in that like she was heading north up into northern New York. She should just keep going to Canada,
Just going to
and
Canada.
she should live in a cabin by herself
She
for a while.
she meets Logan when he's going all feral and shit out of Weapon
They
X.
they just so happen to like cross paths.
I feel
That'd be
like
cool.
it's too early to introduce Logan though.
No,
I feel
they
like
don't
she's too
need.
young.
Oh, he's the same age, so like you literally just have like a 30-year-old Logan and show her right there, and then like by the time they actually get to the movie, she's gonna be like 24. He's gonna be probably like like older too, but like you know
Still
how the
30
Hollywood is. Yeah, you know how
canonically. Yeah.
You'll find
Where
a new what's his name? Gene Hackman.
Hugh Jackman, Gene Hackman,
Huge.
new
Yeah.
Gene Hackman.
Start showing my age.
That was great. That was great though. Um, yeah, I don't know. They might make him do this till he's 90, so who knows? But
He's gonna be her love interest.
he's just an old dude dating
Oh
Sadie
no.
Sink. That's
Oh no.
fucking. That's fucked up.
I mean, if you think about it, like it's already fucked up because by the time he was like actually falling in love with Jean Grey, isn't he like 300 years old?
200, but who's counting?
You.
Yeah, no, I am. But yeah, no, he is like 200 years old, so it kind of is still weird. But I think at that point, once you're like frozen at an age, I think it just becomes like I don't
He's
know.
like stuck
I
at
guess it becomes
37,
relative.
if
Yeah.
you ask me. Did you hear that they cast Bill Skarsgård as Professor X?
No way. Did they?
That's what I heard. Maybe that's like a rumor.
That would be cool.
It's got to be a rumor. That can't be real.
That would be great casting. I thought
You think so?
he'd be a decent Magneto too, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, he would be a good Magneto. I
Wait,
think
didn't wasn't Bill Skarsgård the guy that played that was in Thor?
no, unless I'm thinking of, no. Bill Skarsgård is Pennywise.
I thought that was Alexander Skarsgård.
Am I mixing them up? I think Alexander Skarsgård is he's like the older brother of that guy.
Oh yeah, Bill is yeah, you're right. Who's the Skarsgård that I'm thinking of that's in Thor?
An old man Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I
Stellan
don't know.
Skarsgård. Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's just so many Skarsgårds.
the Skarsgård family is powerful.
Yeah, it's a very powerful family in Hollywood. All right, you know what else I didn't like about this movie? Everything else was good. Jean Grey was kind of, you know, that for me, like we said, there's chances to redeem her in the future, but
You know who would have been a great Professor X,
who
but now he's another famous bald comic book character,
who
and he was already in the X Men as an X Men. The
who?
guy who played Beast, the young one,
Oh,
Lex Luthor.
yeah, Lex Luthor. Yeah, he would be pretty good.
He would have been a great one. They can't do it now.
No, they could do it now because that was a
Dude,
totally different
he's Lex
universe.
Luthor. He's bald as Lex Luthor, and he was already Beast.
Yeah, but he can play
It's
in a
just too
different
much.
universe.
It's just unnecessary. It's too much. It's too weird. I'm gonna see him and I'm gonna be like, oh, it's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
He's
The other
already a super famous bald comic book character.
the other thing that I didn't like about Brand New Day, I mean, everything was really good, but I didn't like how they ended with the Hulk.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's not even because of the movie. The movie could be explained okay.
I really feel like they ended it like they didn't care.
Well, that's the issue because the real life implications
It's
of
pretty fucked up. Like, Peter should be like, "Where's Banner?" Like, oh,
well
I
that,
gotta
but
find
also like
Doctor Banner.
the real life implications of that scene. It suggests that they're gonna shelf Banner and Mark Ruffalo for a while because Mark Ruffalo spoke out about like some shit this past year.
Oh, I mean,
Remember they said
I just heard
they
about
were gonna
that
fire
today.
him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they said they were gonna fire him at one point, like a few months ago.
Why?
I don't know because he spoke out about some shit. But
I
that's
heard
the
he
thing.
like just today. I read something about him speaking up about his pay.
I mean, maybe now he's gonna be able to say something about it. But I mean, that makes sense.
That's sad.
Yeah,
But to be
it
fair,
was
if you're gonna
about
change any character, if there's gonna be any famous superhero you can change characters or change actors with, it's one you already did it to.
yeah. Well, you know what I think is the implication here is that there's a lot of Bruce Banner stories where he's stuck in an insane asylum in a psych ward, and they just come and like rescue him eventually, or he breaks out or some shit. And maybe that's where this is going. This could also be going towards him like going to an insane asylum in upstate New York, busting out, and then like going to Canada and being on the run in Canada, and then what do you call it? Wolverine's introduction could be him fighting.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Him fighting the Hulk.
that would be sick, dude. That's one of my favorite animated movies. Is the Hulk versus, or was it no? Was it Hulk versus or Wolverine? was Hulk versus, right?
I think it was Hulk versus because it
Yeah.
was Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
There were two of
And
them.
obviously Hulk versus Wolverine was the cooler one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would all be good. All right. Ezra Bridger was in the movie. I accidentally called him Ezra Miller at one point. Ezra Bridger was in the movie. The actor that plays him.
That
He
was cool. Yeah, as soon
yeah.
as I saw him, I just felt good. I was like, good. I'm glad MJ's with him.
I'm glad
And
MJ's
he's
with
a
him.
good guy.
You
He
felt
seems
the
really cool.
complete opposite way that he felt in that moment. He had a complete mental
Yeah.
breakdown and a panic attack, and you're just like, yeah, this is
It was the
right.
first time he wanted to kill.
Yeah, it was the first time. Yeah,
That's not true. He wanted to kill Green Goblin.
yeah, that's true. It was the first time that he wanted to unload on innocent people.
Yeah. One thing about we're moving back to the past, but like one thing about the Green Goblin in No Way Home, I always wanted them to come back to Norman Osborn. Like I want them to go back to those great characters.
Yeah,
But now, like I feel like they're not going to do it because they're like, oh, we just had Norman Osborn, even though it's like from a different universe. He's the Norman Osborn that this Peter knows and dealt with. That's Green Goblin.
I think that they can make it so that because Norman Osborn was seemingly a bad guy that pretended to be a good guy. I think the
Yeah.
way that they could do it is they could actually make it so Harry becomes friends with Peter first, and he doesn't even realize that he's Harry Osborn. And then once they become friends, he introduces him to like his family and shit. Kind of like the
I would love
yeah,
for it to be Willem Dafoe again.
that would be
I would
crazy.
love,
That'd be
but
hilarious.
he has the more comic accurate.
Like hairdo.
Yeah, he's got waves.
Got the waves. I feel like he's gonna like in the TV show Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which if anybody hasn't seen it, you should watch that. It's a fantastic, fantastic animated show. I recommend it to everybody, young and old. It's very good. Kind of like how they did it in that series where Harry was actually like working with Spider-Man and actually like a positive force and helping him. And same thing with Norman. Norman actually encourages Spider-Man and becomes like a benefactor and a Tony Stark type figure in that universe. I think if
That's
they take,
interesting.
you know what I mean? I think if they take
Yeah,
that route and then he just like something happens to him, like in maybe the Amazing Spider-Man, where he has some kind of disease that affects him and starts to like kill him and go crazy. I think they
yeah,
could like shape it so that he's like the Uncle Ben father figure type, that Peter's always kind of looking for. But they could kind of twist it a little bit so that he becomes the Green
yeah.
Goblin
The
eventually.
the other the other problem I have with this movie is again the weakest part of this movie is Jean Grey. It's because of the character decisions of like, all right, I'm not in support of this girl just being let free by Spider-Man. He should know that yeah, she just tried to murder 30 people in one night, M- multiple nights. But beyond that, the
Multiple
fact that
nights.
it's Jean Grey that's like the big bad supervillain of this movie is that there's no other great Spider-Man villains that shine in this movie. All the other ones there is.
Yeah, I wish there was, and we didn't even go over Scorpion. Scorpion was in this
Very
movie
underwhelming.
too. Yeah, but he was less underused than the other villains that we went over.
Like I thought we were gonna see like a cool new Scorpion, and we kind of did. Like it did seem like he was like pretty badass, but then he was dealt with in the montage, dude. Like they brought him back for a minute, but to humiliate him.
How about when Spider-Man throws him at the cop car and almost
Yeah,
kills one of them? Like that's crazy.
that
That
is
was
crazy, but that's not
wild.
as that doesn't make Scorpion cool.
No, that made Spider-Man fucked up for that.
They made Scorpion stupid. Like he's a joke.
I mean, he was
Tombstone
kind of
seeing
a joke in
Tombstone
the
was cool,
comics,
but
though.
he's also a joke. And
Yeah,
just all the quick shots are really cool. Like Jean Grey is a great character, and there's a lot of cool shit that they did with the character, and I'm like it was entertaining to watch, and I'm a big fan of that. But we missed out on like actual Spider-Man storyline.
yeah, we did.
Like it's kind of always been how they've been doing things. Far From Home is pretty great because it's like, oh wow, this is a Mysterio storyline. Like holy shit, we're getting like this is a true Spider-Man story.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I like
the
about it.
first one's great too. It has a lot of Iron Man in it, which is like, That's the thing. It's like they're kind of like constantly pushing in. They're pushing in this different way of doing things. It makes this Spider-Man that we all like now, like a lot of people's favorite Spider-Man. They think he's the best new Spider-Man. But it's also like that's yeah, but that's so different from the Spider-Man we always loved.
Hmm.
So we're just getting further and further away from it. The main villain of this Spider-Man movie is Jean Grey. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
I don't know.
It's a fucking X-Men crossover.
I still
They don't even call it that.
I know, and I still stand by that. I think Damage Control was technically the main villain because they were the
Dude,
catalyst to everything.
barely, barely.
I
They weren't the real threat at any point in the movie.
I know, and I haven't seen Wonder Man, but apparently they're in Wonder Man as the
Oh,
primary
really?
antagonist as well.
I started the first episode.
Yeah, apparently that's the main the main bad guys in Wonder Man, and it's also
Yeah, I gotta.
well that I just want to say that's directed by Dustin Daniel Cretton too, that
Oh, no shit.
series. Yeah, who did this one?
I didn't
So
see a lot of
that's
action in it yet. At least no real action. But I'm gonna finish this episode and maybe watch the second one.
it makes
See
me
if I
want to
like it.
watch it. Yeah, I was gonna say people that don't aren't that into like Marvel stuff seem to enjoy it, and I think that's a good gauge on a good TV
Yeah,
show too.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I would love for this dude who made this movie and made that show to make a Heroes for Hire show.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or Defenders, like we were
So
saying. I think he would be
we already
amazing
had
for
Defenders.
Defenders. I
We
think
already
if
had
he made a
Defenders.
Defenders
Honestly, like
movie, though,
he should make a Defenders movie. He should make a Heroes for Hire TV show as well.
yeah, that would be cool. I think a Heroes for Hire TV show in general would be sick.
Because you get the cool parts of Luke Cage, and you get like the crazy kung fu of Iron Fist, but better because you got it with this guy helming it.
Yeah, they kind of screwed up too back in when they did Iron Fist because they had Scott Buck do the show, and he's like one of the worst like Hollywood showrunners of all time.
Yeah.
So that was like a major screw up of Marvel because they wanted to get it out quick. And I forget.
Luke
I think
Cage
he
is really
also.
great, but I think I heard something about the showrunner for that show being not a great guy.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about, but I liked Luke Cage a lot too. So I don't know. Is there anything else that we can say? That was pretty much it, right? Let's just say our last
We're
little
gonna beat ourselves up
things.
when we don't remember everything.
Yeah.
What probably my favorite part of the movie was the point where Spider-Man's sitting in MJ and Ned's apartment, just hanging out with them, playing with Legos.
Yeah,
My
that
favorite
was
part of the
awesome.
movie.
And
That and a lot of the stuff between Punisher and Spider-Man,
I was just gonna
pretty
say
amazing.
that was my favorite part.
Yeah,
That was
the last
definitely
scene, the
yeah.
wake up scene, just them, Frank smiling and crying. That was great. It
That
was good
was
stuff.
great.
Yeah, I like when obviously the joke is that he keeps bringing up Staten Island, but I like
Yeah.
when he brings MJ there. Says again, you owe me. He's like, oh, I owe this again. He's like, this again. I literally saved your life. Like says it again, but like so passionately. I literally saved your life, dude. Like, and he turns to MJ like, like, what more do I need to say? Like, what do I have to do to get a favor out of you?
And then he's like, "What do you think?" And she's like, "I don't know. I just want to go home."
Yeah. What do you
Yeah, that
like?
was
This is
great.
bullshit.
I loved all that. I loved the Hulk being in it, even though he wasn't in it too
Yeah,
much. And
yeah. I mean, that
again,
was great. That was actually a
yeah,
really great fight.
yep. And
That was
again,
awesome.
even though she was a villain, I liked Sadie Sink a lot, and I
Yeah,
thought
she
she
was
did a
great
great
as
job.
Jean Grey.
Yeah, she was.
The powers look cool. The telekinesis at the end was a good reveal.
Yep,
Um, we all knew she could do it, and we're wondering why she's not. Well, it's just because like she's a kid. We're watching her develop her powers still.
yep, exactly.
That was
It
great,
was.
really great.
It was a great movie.
I was oh yeah, we did talk about it already, but again, they really left Hulk off in a weird place. Like
They did.
it's weird that nobody cares at the end. Like they don't circle back to that. It's
Yeah,
really
it
odd.
was just like a random thing on the TV. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to a psych ward now.
Yeah, I hope Mark Ruffalo comes back. I think he's a great Hulk.
Me too.
You know why he's a great Hulk? He plays a really great Bruce Banner.
He does. That's what's so and because you don't need a good Hulk, you need a good Bruce Banner.
Yeah, yeah,
And when he's the Hulk, as Bruce Banner, he's still
All
amazing.
right, real quick, who should be the villain of the next movie? Who should be the big crossover hero that joins him on his adventure?
I think he should maybe fight the Sinister Six, and I think he should have a symbiote suit for that. I think he should finally come to grips with fighting a start of the actual Sinister Six.
Is who's going to be like the hero that helps him out, if any?
Maybe Daredevil, if any. I think
Daredevil.
that would
Okay.
be cool. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that would be awesome.
I think I'm going to piggyback and say all yes, the Sinister Six would be awesome. They should do that, and that should also be where he gets some last minute help from the defenders, and he just rolls up to like an even, more of an even fight,
Exactly.
like a 5v6,
That would
maybe
be
six v
exactly.
six if Punisher's there.
Exactly. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would like that. That'd be a good movie. Alternatively, I'm going along with like how they've done things so far. So you got like Iron Man in the first
Yeah.
one. Who was it in the second one?
It was
Was there a
uh
hero crossover?
it was Nick Fury.
It was just Nick Fury. Oh yeah, it was Nick
But it
Fury, which is
wasn't.
interesting.
It wasn't actually Nick Fury. It was a
Yeah, true.
squirrel.
And the villain was Mysterio. So that was like the most true to Spider-Man movie in
Which is
terms
funny
of
because
like
it wasn't even
less
in New
outside
York.
stuff. Yeah, I know.
It was in London. I was thinking of that earlier. It is the most true to like Spidey type stuff, but it wasn't even in New York.
And then you got Doctor Strange, and you
Yep.
got Green Goblin. Now you
Punisher.
got the Hulk and Punisher,
Yeah, the
and you
Hulk
got
and
Jean
Punisher.
Grey and Damage Control for the villains.
Yep.
I think they could definitely do better with villains for the next one. I think they should do something crazy. I think they should do one classic Spider-Man villain, and then one crazy Marvel villain that's like actually controlling the other villain.
And to throw this out there real quick, they could do like we were saying with the Super Friends too. They could have like his roommates be like a group of
Yeah,
superheroes that
I
he
wouldn't do
does
Super
stuff with.
Friends. If I did do Super Friends, I would want that to be further down the line, and I want it to be Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and who else would be cool?
That would be pretty cool.
Because instead of Iceman, you have Human Torch,
Yeah.
who's kind of like Iceman mixed with, I forgot her name,
Yeah, whoever the fire one was on that one.
the Fire one. Yeah. But yeah,
Uh, all right. Well,
but no, hold on. So
yeah.
villain, I'm thinking, we finally go back. We finally get to do Doc Ock again. We finally do Doc Ock again. Once again, he's being controlled. He's not evil, but we watch him become evil by being twisted through the technology. But the technology is also like weird. Like there's something up with his tech.
Kind of like in the Spider-Man video game. And then maybe he creates the Sinister Six too. That's what happens there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I think that working with him, somebody who should appear that works with him, that would be cool. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
You know what? It's Johnny Storm.
it's that would actually be perfect actually.
It's Johnny Storm.
That
Because
would be
I was
awesome.
just thinking, what was like the big like motive for Doc Ock in the original movie featuring him?
It was to harness the power of the sun.
Yup.
That would make sense that he'd want to go after Johnny.
Well, I was even thinking more like he's not going after Johnny, but like Johnny showing up is like showing him the power of the sun. Like
Could even lead to a way
maybe
to
even like
overload his system and stop him.
exactly, exactly.
All right.
It's
I
just like
like
a
that.
nice little reference
Yeah.
that like the power of the sun helps Spider-Man defeat Doc Ock, whereas in the original movie, the power of the sun is what was killing Doc Ock, and Spider-Man failed to save Doc Ock from the power of the sun.
That's a good dichotomy. And then they can keep
But at the
Doc
same
Ock
time,
around.
I think that I gotta read more Spider-Man comics. I've never been into Spider-Man, but now
Spider-Man's
I
great.
suddenly really want to read some Spider-Man comics.
No, I
How's
suddenly.
the new stuff? What's going on with him right now? Is he alive?
Uh, I would say don't read the new stuff as much. I would say start reading like more like Ultimate Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Is he really bad right now?
It just hasn't been that good in the last like few years. I would say if you wanted to read the newer stuff, read like the Spider-Verse
Dude, what
comics.
if like the first like I just like grab a Spider-Man comic off the shelf to check it out. I flipped like a random page in it, and it's just like Peter Parker with like his balls hanging through a chair, like getting like his balls whipped or some shit. I'm like, what do they keep doing to him? Like they can't let him have a break. Man, they're just love torturing Spider.
Holy shit. Poor
All right,
Spidey.
I think that's that. I
All
think that's
right.
my final thought on Spider-Man right now.
That's the end of our Spider-Man Brand New Day review. Everybody should Hulk smash that like button and subscribe button. Now I can finally say that. And yeah, it was a great movie. It was awesome.